Hey gang. One of the biggest challenges with ADHD and neurodivergency as a creator is overthinking and decision paralysis. Let's get into it, at least in terms of how it affects me as a creator. As many of you, if you've been following the channel, know, I stream on Twitch, usually Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Time variable, I'm working on the schedule. That's part of this. And of course, if you're interested, please consider liking this video, subscribing, and commenting on your own shared experiences. The two things that challenge me, having ADHD and being neurodivergent, is, well, overthinking and second guessing, playing my own devil's advocate when it comes to the content that I create. The other is decision paralysis, which largely affects the games that I stream. Having a lot of games that I could choose from, there are times where I won't end up streaming because I can't decide what game to play. So, people have suggested randomizing it, getting rolling dice, all sorts of things, and that works to an extent, but it also comes down to mood. If I'm not in the mood to play a game, I'm not going to play the game. It's that simple. But beyond that is the overthinking, which actually leads to the decision paralysis. Overthinking and looking at, I want to play this game, but what if nobody wants to watch it? That happens, especially on Twitch. There's just some games that don't get any watch time on Twitch because partly because there's no discoverability and partly because people just might not be interested in it on the platform. YouTube, however, has a much bigger pool of audience, which is why starting probably in the next week, I'm going to be doing some streams on YouTube and some still on Twitch, depending on the game that I'm playing. Because while I might not get any views of it on Twitch or, regular viewers, it may find an audience on YouTube. And overall, I'm not married to Twitch as a platform. My whole intent and focus is to create content, regardless of what platform I happen to find success on. If it's YouTube, then maybe I need to make that move to YouTube, which we discussed in a previous video. You can find that about, Twitch or YouTube, which to go to. Anyway, when it comes to overthinking, at least for me, with my ADHD, I'm always learning. I'm always focused on learning so that I can become a better creator. So I can do, better streams, and better videos, and just make better content in general. But as I'm absorbing all that information, I'm looking back on what I've done and looking at what I'm doing, and I start overanalyzing and second guessing, well, maybe I'm not doing the best I can do. Maybe I can't do any better. So it's a constant struggle between trying to motivate myself and build on my career as it's just beginning, and thinking too much and wanting to just walk away, run away, and take up something like knitting or something else. It's a struggle that a lot of people with neurodivergent conditions face. We're always looking at ourselves through that lens of one side of our mind is racing on things, all the things we want to do. The other side is all the reasons why we shouldn't. Now, that's true for anyone, neurotypical or neurodivergent. In my case, it's largely more, I'm looking very analytically at how things are going, the views I'm getting, the likes, the viewers I have, the time of day I'm streaming or releasing a video. All of that data is coming in and my brain's trying to process it very quickly. And I have to try to rein in the conclusion jumping, which is very normal because 9 times out of 10, the conclusions that my brain jumped to are negative. So maintaining my positivity and my motivation is difficult. That adds to the decision paralysis because while I may want to play a particular game, do it on stream or as a video, I will constantly be looking at data and thinking about that data and will this even get any play? Will anybody even care to watch it? Is it even interesting to anyone, even one or two viewers, or one or two people who want to watch the VOD later? And then I get into the cycle of, well, if nobody wants to watch it, then why would I bother streaming it or making a video about it? And I've gotten to the point now where I realize certain things. It doesn't matter. Yes, of course, I want to build a career and I need content to do that. So I need to make content. Now, not all of that content is going to work. Some of it's going to fail. Accepting the failure, accepting the negative comments or the dislikes and the feedback has been, I think, the most valuable tool that I've had so far. Because if I want to play a game, I should just play it. If I want to stream it, I should just stream it. And while, concurrent viewer numbers are important insofar as growth on Twitch or reaching certain milestones like partnership, which honestly may not really be that big of a deal other than the value that's in it, or the split between for subs and bits. But the more I'm looking at it now, YouTube might be the more beneficial place. So now it comes down to the decision: do I want to do more on Twitch or do I want to do more on YouTube, or both? I'm opting for both to see how both grow. If one achieves a lot more success than the other, then I may make that dedicated choice to go there. But it's always about how the information processes in my brain. And I know a lot of other creators, especially neurodivergent creators, who struggle with this. So it's something worth addressing. Like, when you have that drive coupled with the processing ability of your brain and how you make decisions and how you reach certain decisions, it all affects the kind of content you create. And I think I was less willing to embrace that side of myself in terms of creation than I normally would. I make jokes about it on stream and, my brain's full of cheese and blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, it's a big part of my identity because it affects my perception of everything I do and everything around me. If you have similar struggles, regardless of what it might be, or just thoughts on it himself, especially when it comes to decision paralysis and deciding what kind of games or content to stream, share them down in the comments. I'd love to hear from all of you. I do these particular vlogs for the discussion to, get the community talking. So, yeah. What goes into your decisions to stream? What kind of videos do you feel like creating? Does your neurodivergency affect that? And how do you deal with that? Let's talk about it. Of course, take care of each other. Take care of yourself.